Hello, everybody. Everybody. Just makes me laugh when I say that. Happy Friday. Hope everyone's having a great day so far. Hope everyone's had a good week. My week has been a little bit up and down, to be honest with you. Especially last weekend. I won't bore you with the details, but let's just say that things that could have gone wrong did go wrong and have a knock-on effect during the week. Happy days. So listen, thanks very much for tuning in. It's Friday. It's the 4th of June. Madness, right? Where's this year going? 4th of June already. And I just really wanted to give you guys maybe some insights on podcasting, live streaming. Why do I sound that like I'm going to say it in a song? Live streaming, whatever it may be, right? So I thought today I'd spend a couple of minutes talking about live streaming and the benefits of live streaming. So I got into, it's not like an addiction or anything. I got into live streaming probably over 6 months ago now, purely by accident. So we started the Fireside Chats about the Fires podcast, and we were asked if we could host some LinkedIn Live events to support, I forget what it was. I think we wanted to do our own panel discussion initially, or it was to share somebody's book or something like that. Anyway, that's not important. What's important is that's how I found, or I fell into, live streaming. So before going live with the Fireside Chats about the Fires LinkedIn Live event, I had to do a bit of research in terms of what platforms were compatible. Can't even say that word, with LinkedIn. So when you register for a LinkedIn Live, so you have to register for a LinkedIn Live broadcaster, you would have thought incorrectly that process is relatively swift and can be done in a week. Unfortunately, that's not the case. So you have to register, and the application form itself online is relatively straightforward. The challenge is how long it takes. And I'm not kidding, it can take up to 6 months. Yes, 6 months for you to get approved as a LinkedIn broadcaster. And there are some quite stringent requirements in that, even after you've been approved as a LinkedIn Live broadcaster. Even if you get knocked back, they don't always tell you why they said you couldn't be a broadcaster, right? Which is very frustrating. So you don't know where you've got to go and fix it. One piece of advice I found, though, is if you have registered a case with LinkedIn and you've tried going through the normal email channels, I would highly recommend that you go to Twitter instead. So there is a Twitter handle called LinkedIn Help. I believe it's at LinkedIn Help or something along those lines. I've always found that if I've got a problem or I've got a case that I've submitted with LinkedIn and nobody's replying to my emails, which let's be honest, isn't unusual, that I found the Twitter handle, or the Twitter for LinkedIn Help tends to generate more of a speedier response, if you will. So I would recommend that. Anyway, I digress. So I went through the whole LinkedIn Live broadcaster process, and I got registered for my own LinkedIn page. I wanted it registered for the podcast, but unfortunately, I registered my own profile on the page, and for some reason, see, you never know, they only approved my profile. So we're still, Neil and myself, we're still going through that process and getting the Fireside Chats page approved for LinkedIn Live, and it's very, very frustrating. Anyway, so I got approved as a LinkedIn Live broadcaster, and as I was mentioning before, after that, you then have a whole list of requirements that you have to jump through. One of them is the platform that you use to broadcast onto LinkedIn, because unlike Facebook, you can do Facebook Live and IG Live. You can't do LinkedIn Live. You have to do it through a platform. Although recently they've just launched Stories, right? I think it was only the last couple of weeks. And the one that I went for, and honestly, I've been super impressed with it ever since, has been StreamYard, StreamYard.com. You sign up for them, you do get a free subscription. It does give you X amount. There are some limitations with that, particularly if you've got more than one social media platform. So, for example, if on the free subscription, if you have like a Twitch page, a YouTube page, and a Facebook page on free, you can only broadcast to one of those platforms at the same time, which isn't great, particularly if you've got different people that watch you across different platforms. So I signed up for I forget what they call it, but it's like the middle tier one. That cost me about 25 USD a month. So with the current exchange rate, it's probably about £100 UK. But yeah, so it's about 25 USD. And that's great. It gives me access to 3 channels. So right now I'm broadcasting on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. And then I can swap those around. So for example, if I wanted to, I could now stop broadcasting on Facebook and go to LinkedIn, or I could I could swap it around. Also, what I found with StreamYard is the interface, the user interface that it gives you. So the videos, you can add banners. So I'll add a banner just to show you here. Hang on. I'm going to try and make it too cheesy. Let's see what I've got. There. So adding that on StreamYard is really, really simple. And I'm no tech guru, right? So to be able to do that through LinkedIn and through StreamYard, and to make it as easy as possible for me is an absolute godsend. You can also, I'll edit it, so I'll show you what I mean. You can also make it into like a ticker tape across the bottom. So let me show you. So there, so look, you can make it into a ticker tape, or a ticker as it's called these days, right? And again, it's really, really straightforward, and it's done through a click of the button. So yeah, and then you've got all your overlays. Let me show you an overlay quickly. Now, I'm very fortunate. I can't do these overlays, but I've got somebody who helps me out and does a great job. Let me see, where is one? Here, just this there, right? There we go. There, right? And it's great that you can now add an overlay onto it. And again, it's really, really straightforward. There are requirements to that, but again, it's as long as you know, if you know, or you know somebody that knows how to create pictures or artwork to a specific pixel numbers, whatever those numbers are, then it works. It's a great, great piece of equipment. So yeah, so we started off with LinkedIn Live, and then because we got different social media platforms, we then started to publish across Facebook, YouTube. Twitch is our new venture. We've just gone into Twitch. That's predominantly for the cryptocurrency live stream that I do. And then, yeah, so it's an interesting world. I love the live stream world, particularly when you consider how quickly you get feedback from your audience. I don't want to say fans. No, I don't have any. But your audience members out there, so people that are tuning in, and it's really straightforward for them to do. Right, they can do it on their phone, they can do it on their iPad, whatever tablet, whatever device they've got. So as long as they're on Facebook, whatever it may be, then they can tune in wherever they are and watch your live stream. And then you can put comments up, you can interact. Look, I'll put a comment up here, and the moment I put this comment up, hello, like that, right? I put a comment up, and then that comment is shared across all the social media platforms that I'm currently publishing across or live streaming across. So it's great. It's really excellent for interaction with your audience to get feedback then and there. It's wonderful. And what surprised me the most is how quickly a live stream can grow in terms of viewership. Where did I pull that word from? I don't even know what it means. So I'm currently involved in 4 or 5 live streams, and they all follow a very, very similar pattern. The first couple of weeks, everybody's a little bit nervous. You know, you kind of go through the learning curve. You understand a little more what you can do and can't do in the environment, what you can say, what you can't say, etc., etc. But not just the hosts or the guests or the people that are on. Also, the viewers are learning in terms of what you're talking about from a live stream perspective, right? And then it starts to improve, not just the talk or the hosts or the guests, just everything. And it's an amazing experience just to see things come together so fluidly as they do, right? So if I'm going to talk about two podcasts, live streams, the Geekish Calm one that I do, and then the one that I've got coming up in just under 2 hours, Bear Food, Jet Fuel, and our first ever virtual bartender is going to join us 6 p.m. PH time. I think that's 10 a.m. UK time across all our social media platforms. But they followed a very similar pattern in terms of growth, right? So initially we were getting maybe nothing to be sniffed at. We were really happy with those numbers, right? When we first started it across both live streams, we were getting maybe 15, 20 views a week. We were happy with that. But what we've continued to be, probably more than whether or not it's a conscious or subconscious effort, is we've been consistent. So we've been consistent in terms of when we go live. We've been consistent in terms of the people that we have on. And more importantly, we've been consistent with our message, right? It's very easy to kind of go down the popular path or to be swayed by popular opinion. Now, we're not in the political environment or anything like that. We're not here to make political statements or anything. We're just simply here to enjoy what we enjoy. So the Geekish Car one is the kind of names and the clues in the title, right? We speak about things that we like that may not be mainstream. So we talk about graphic novels. We talk about authors that we enjoy, such as Neil Gaiman. And it's because we've stuck to that, we've seen our viewership grow from 15, 20 to now we're getting over 200, nearly 300 views a week. And above and beyond that, we've been able to invite and grow the team. So when we first launched Geekish Con, there was Jet and myself. And now we're up to 4, potentially 5 members of the team who each add something different. It's just a wonderful, wonderful experience to be involved with. And then the Bear Food and Jet Fuel one, again, the clues in the title, it's a foodie one. But we've been consistent. So again, we started with the relatively small numbers, like 10, maybe 15 views a week. Last week, we got nearly 150 views. This week, we're aiming for hopefully 200 views. And again, it's just, I think we're staying true to our word, but we're authentic, right? We're not, when we try food, we don't go, that's lovely. If we don't like it, we call it out, right? So we're very true to what we believe, and we're very authentic. And I would like to think that's what's getting us the support and the traction that we're seeing. And it's just a great place to be. So listen, if you are thinking about either podcasting or live streaming and don't know where to start, please get in touch over here at the Podcast Coach. We'll happily spend 30 minutes with you on a discovery call, just going through things, seeing how seeing where you are at the moment, seeing the story that you want to share, seeing what message you want to get out there. We do actually have a slot. We've got one slot on a Tuesday. So if anybody is really keen on starting their own live stream and they don't know where to start, then please get in touch. We've got this slot that we can use for you. And there we go. Okay. All right. Well, listen, I've been on here nearly 15 minutes. So I think I've probably bored you all. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you have any questions relating to podcasting or live streaming, give us a shout. We will happily, have a chat and see how we can work together. It's more important for us that we help you to get your message out there. That's the main reason that we do this. So listen, thank you very much for tuning in. Have a wonderful Friday. Have a great weekend. And not too long now to the Euros start, right? Come on, Wales. I just hope we get out that group. To be honest with you, that group is not easy. So yeah, anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great day, and I'll see you next week. Take care. Bye.